Here you can see that the key is different, that is part 301, but the value of that key is repeated here, Dr. Ahsan, and Dr. Ahsan is also associated with the key CS101. So let's check its the syntax of creating a dictionary. First of all, the name of variable. After that, sign of assignment, that we are assigning something to this variable. Then we use the curly braces to create a dictionary object or dictionary variable. Inside these curly braces, we use the pair of key and the value. And each key and value in the dictionary is separated by comma. We can add any number of key value pair by separating them using the comma. So this is the syntax or the structure of creating the dictionary object or variable. One more thing to note here is that dictionary can contain only those data types which are immutable. Means once created, these cannot be changed. If anything that can be changed later, that cannot be used as the key of the dictionary. So in that case, we can use the tuple, integer, or string because these are immutable data types. But for the data values, we can use any data type, either mutable or immutable, that does not matter. So keep this in mind that for using or creating the key, we use data type which are immutable, and for creating the values, we can use either mutable or immutable data types. That is okay. Further, you can observe that the key and the value pair are separated by semicolon. Sorry, colon. You can see here that AI201 is the key, and that is enclosed inside double quotation marks, and it is separated by colon from the its corresponding value. Value is also enclosed in the double quotation marks. So these are the basics elements which you must use in correct and proper order for creating an instance of a dictionary variable. This is very important data structure in Python. So here if we see what we have done so far, we have created a variable of type dictionary that is contains 4 elements in it, and each element is a key value pair, and key and values are placed inside double quotation marks, and both keys and values are separated using colon. We can have multiple key pair values, and each value is separated from the other key pair value using the comma. So let's see some its operations on it. Here at line number 10, if we want to get the name of the instructor who is teaching the CS11 course, we will use the variable name, that is faculty, and we will provide the key value of the course, and it will return the value corresponding to this key. And if we check the dictionary variable, it will return the Dr. Ahsan, as Dr. Ahsan is teaching this course in this semester. Another method of getting the values corresponding to a key is using the get method. This method takes the key value as an input and provides its corresponding stored value as the output. The difference between using the curly braces or using the square brackets for retrieving the information And using the get method for retrieving the same information is that we can get multiple values using the get method, but we can return only the single items using the square brackets methods. So if we want to print or we want to retrieve all the keys stored in a specific dictionary object, we use the function keys, and it is called using the variable of type dictionary, that is here faculty. Faculty.keys, it will return all the keys stored in this dictionary data type. Further, if we want to retrieve all the values stored in this dictionary, we use the function dot values, and it is called using the same variable faculty. And if we want to return or retrieve both the key as well as its corresponding values stored in the dictionary, we use the function known as items. It is also called using the same variable of type dictionary, and it will return all the key value pairs that are present in the variable of type dictionary. See the output here, the last one. The items in this dictionary variable are CS101, and it is taught by Dr. Ahsan, AI201, and it is taught by Dr. Sana, and DS301 taught by Dr. Tariq. It is not printing the part-301, that is also taught by Dr. Ahsan. Let's recompile it. Yes, it is updated output now, and you can see that the Park Study 301 is also taught by Dr. Ahsan. So these are some basic operations that we use with the dictionary data structure, that is retrieving a value by providing the key value using the square brackets method, retrieving the values by providing a key using the get method. To retrieve all the keys, we use the keys function. To retrieve all the values, we use the values function. And to retrieve both keys and the corresponding values, we use the items functions. I hope it is clear to all of you. Next, if we want to check whether a key is present in the dictionary or not. For example, if we want to check that is AI201 offered, so we use the membership operator that is in, and it was also used in our set data structure as well. So we are checking here that AI201 in faculty. Faculty here is the object of dictionary data type. We are also checking that is machine learning ML101 is also present in the faculty data dictionary or not. If we check our dictionary, we can see that AI201 is a valid key and it exists in the faculty. So while checking this condition, it will return true. On the other hand, when we will check ML101 is present in the faculty dictionary or not, we can see here that there is no key that is representing the ML101. So when checking this membership, it will return false. And you can see it in the output here. Is AI201 offered? True. Is ML101 offered? It is returning the false. So here we are again using the in, that is membership checking operator, and it's check the keys by default when we are providing the dictionary data structure to this operator. It is not going to check the values automatically if we don't provide the function of dot values in with it. So let's move further. Now we want to add new elements or want to modify the existing values against a key. What is the process or what are the functions and the code available to perform this task? Here, see that we want to update the values against the key AI201. Earlier, against 201, the doctor who was teaching this course was Dr. Sana. Now we want to replace Dr. Sana with Dr. Zen. So here we are using simple assignment operator here. We provided the key value in the square brackets and we are directing that change the corresponding values against this key, and Dr. Zen will replace the value that is Dr. Sana. Our new doctor that will be teaching CS, sorry, AI201 will be Dr. Zen. If you want to add a new key value here, we again use the same syntax. So this is very flexible. If the key exists in already dictionary, it updates the values like in the row number 2. As the AI201 already exists in our dictionary, it will update the its corresponding values. If the dictionary we are providing here is not existing in our dictionary, then it will create a new key value pair. Here the key will be ML101 and its corresponding value will be Dr. Hamza. So a new value of ML101 will be added in our dictionary object and its associated value will be Dr. Hamza. Next, we can also perform the same task of modifying a value or adding a new value in the dictionary data object by using the dot update function. It is very flexible. Unlike the square bracket method, the update method can update or add multiple values at the same time. So this is very flexible. When we want to update more than one number of instances in the dictionary, then we can use this update function. We can check that our operations has been successful or not by printing the required entries of the dictionary. Here we are printing the values against the key AI201 and it should print Dr. Zen instead of Dr. Sana. And in the output you can see the updated AI201 structure is Dr. Zen. Similarly, if we want to get the values corresponding to the key of ML101 that we have provided Dr. Hamza in the line number 3 here, you can see in the output that added ML101 instructor is Dr. Hamza. Similarly, that we have added a new key value pair that is CS102 and it will be taught by Dr. Zoya. When we'll provide the key of CS101, it will print that added CS102 via update function is Dr. Zoya. So in this way we can update the existing key value pairs or we can add new key value pairs by using the update function as well as using the method of square brackets. We use the update function when we want to update or modify more than one entries, and we use the square bracket method when we want to perform some kind of operation on a single element of a dictionary. So this was all about today's session. In the next session, we will continue our discussion the dictionary data structures, and we will see what other operations are also supported by this data dictionary. So till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.